Alright, welcome back everybody, welcome back. So I did some bits of work today because, well, I was busy doing actually getting some stuff done. But yeah, today I actually wanted to get further with what I wanted to do in the first place. So as you can see, I got actually eyes a lot more better done. And so what I'm going to be doing today, I'm going to be first explaining what the fuck I just did, and then after that I will be, continuing with the rest of it and get it finished. So, as you can see here, I finished the eyes. So if I put this out, I believe these three are all the eyes, so I'm going to be putting that into a layer, mainly because, well, it's eyes. So I did actually do that. Beforehand, it actually was a little bit more different. It was like this. But then I realized that that looks bad. It doesn't look right, basically. So if I would use this, you can see that that is a little bit of an issue. So I removed it, and therefore you have not the area. I could do it. I could still apply a little bit of a line work. I should do that, but it's not going to be that much as beforehand. Mainly because I want to make sure that if I draw, when I'm drawing these eyes, that they actually are correctly placed. There you go. Now I actually got the eyes a lot more better. It looks a lot more alive than it was before, which I really like. So no further ado, let's continue where it was, which is actually the line work on the hair, if I'm correct. The first bit of it is all done. The only downside is that I now need to get the lighting up, so I'm going to be doing this into a layer. Put that off. And then grab ourselves the first bit, which is the highlight part, which I'm going to be doing now. I should definitely make sure that that is a little more bigger. Then I need to double check this. So how did I do that? I did do it like that. So it is like that, but then a little bit more different on this side. Like that. Yeah, like that. And then I need to make sure that I have the things removed where the shading is. Check. That bit is too low. Alright, then I need to grab the next bit, which is then the lighter color. Just like that, and then that should work. Just like that. Let me just double check this. So what is it? It is less aggressive then, right? Yeah, it's less aggressive. So technically this is like that. So it is less big. I should really learn that more. How to do that. Alright, let me just do it then manually. And there you go, and now I should have what I want. There we go. Oh. That will work. Or do I need to add? No, this bit needs to be higher. Yes. There we go. Now we've done that. Now I need to grab this one and start coloring the main face. So there we go. Then I have done that bit. Then I'm gonna go here and make the other version thing done. Seems I also forgot the line work again. Oh boy. Gotta be fixing that after this. There you go. Then go here. There we go. Now I have the colors. Now I can actually get the rest of it as well done, which is then over here. There we go. Now we have done that. It means now I can actually get the next bit up and running, which is the line that I need to draw, because I forgot that. There we go, now I have that line done. Yes, alright. Now that line is done. Let's see what I'm missing. I'm missing some bits here and there. No, it's still... That is doable to fix. There we go. Now we've done that, I should now be able to get the rest up and running. So now I'm going to be saving it, grabbing the last bit of it all, and then I should be able to get to where I want to be with this. So I can go here, grab that, then grab this one. Which should be then here. Let's double check. Ah! I see what I did. I see where I made a mistake. Need to make sure that white is still white. There you go. And now I'm going to be fixing up the bits that I see with my naked eye easily. First things first, let's see. Most of it is in the eye and some of it is in the face. Alright, sure. Mouthpiece. There you go. Then we're going to go to the eyepiece, which is this one. Ah. That is, let's see, that is in the eye socket. That is on this one, right? Yeah, that one. Alright, now I have done that. Let's see. Ah, okay. That's in here. Now it should be fine. Barely noticeable. Alright. Save. Then grab the next bit, which is the background. Copy it. And paste it down back again. Easy. So now that actually looks a lot better. And I think now with the new eyes it actually looks a lot more better as well. It does make things a lot more easier to look at. Although it is a little bit confusing, but I think it is actually better that way compared to, you know, like if we take this one for instance and we and I will save this as a PNG file as well, just in case. And then it crashes, of course. Of course it crashes after I want to save it as a fucking PNG file. Piece of shit. So if I now save it as the PNG file. Alright, and now if I grab the other drawing as well. So if I take this one for instance, right? We have this one and we have this one. You can see that that is a lot better excitement. There is a lot more shine in those eyes. It makes the eyes look far more alive than it was before. I really like this one more compared to the other one. And yeah, I could technically, you know, what I could do, let's see if I can find what I want to do. I want to do that on this side. So what I could do, for instance, is put that eye in here and put it on that side. So put that here. And then, you know, add in the red. Like, I could do that, but that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't look nice. So I actually went for the downwards look instead for the upwards look. Otherwise you get that very blatant slow effect. But now it actually looks a lot more better. So technically, you know, still different expression on the idea. And I think from here that actually looks good. I do like these new eyes, new eye look. So yeah, that looks good. And if I now, for instance, go to yeah, that looks so much more alive. Holy shit. Like if I now would, like if I now picked up this one, for instance, and I would say, like, you know, alright, I want that same effect in these ones. It's quite easy to do. Just need to add like a little bit of glow here, a little bit of glow there, glow here, a little bit of glow there, and then it's all done already. Because then you have like this. And it's done. So it's not that hard. The only downside is that some of the eyes don't fit with it because, well, you know, the effect itself is quite demanding. So if you have like the eyes and you want to create that effect, you know, then you need to go like this. And only then you have the effect compared to, you know, that. So yeah, it does require some effort, but yeah, this is actually quite a good, this is actually quite a good start. And now if I now look at this from, you know, this here, and I would go for you know, you see that I could technically add that effect as well in there if I want to. If I want to do that, I need to grab. So I need to grab this one, and I need to go here on this side, and I need to add here some stuff to it. Because I technically could do that. You know, I could technically go for that approach again. You know, I could do that. But I don't think that does give, again, a good idea. It does give some nice looking effects, though. Only downside is that it is quite hard to do. And I think if I do it like this, it does give far more better effect. So if I now go here, grab this, and then add in the light effect. There. That is the way to do it. So now I have that. Alright, save it. Then save as the Krita file. Because we added it in, so, you know, that's important. So now we have actually the drawing. Now we actually have the full drawing completed. But there is still some stuff that I need to do, which I should do. Put those into a group. Put that in there. Then, after that, layer style, drop shadow. Now I can see if I drew anything of it. I didn't. Good. That's amazing. Alright, so now we're gonna go for 10 and we're gonna go for 50%. And that should be it. Alright. Now we have done that, we can actually save it again. So save, and save as PNG file the version. So now we actually have the whole damn thing. So if I want to compare this to So if I want to compare this, right, I have now Lola here and I have this one right here. Do I have even A little bit more recent one? Probably not, right? I don't think so. I don't think I have a more this one is probably more recent, right? When is this made? 2003. So yeah, that is a far... is that more? 2004. Damn. So if I compare this, right? If I compare this to the drawing right here, I'm just gonna give it like this is 2003, this is 2005, right? So now it's already 2006, but hold on a second. Oh my god, it's 4.5 gig. Jeez. So if I compare this, right? If I compare this to this, I think honestly that this is a far well, I now have kept everything that I want to keep from the thing, from the first design idea. So if I look at the design idea, that is this one, the concept art, I think. Yeah, that's the concept version. So if I look at this one, and I look at this one, and I look at this one, right? I went actually a lot more, well, you know, more of a better style to apply to it. And I think this is actually a far more... they both have character, don't get me wrong, that this also has some good character in it. But the faces are far more battered down. And I think with a visual effect, this is actually a far better idea. Because now I can actually create the emotion, the expression on the face. And the only thing I have to do technically is just remove the eye socket and the mouthpiece and the eyebrows, and then replace them to another position. So that's what I like about it most. The best thing about all of this is, of course, that I learned a lot about it, and I'm very happy with it because if I go back here, right, and I go back to Mina, for instance, and I go towards the, like, here you have the first design version of it, and it was a little bit too angled and a little bit too small, basically. And now I actually fixed that. So if I now go back to story, I believe then I have the way earlier designs, right? Yeah, I do. So if I now gonna go to tap, come on. This is a little bit long waiting. Do I have the full drawing here? Probably, right? There you go. Now I'm looking actually for the worst version of it, because that's always important too. If you have the worst version for it, yeah. If you have the worst version for it, you have the style that you need for it. So let's see. No. Where is it? Is then even further behind? I believe then it's in the Story of Awesomeness, right? Most likely, yes. There you go. That's the Oblivion I have. It's always good to see. Always good to go back to where you started, right? So this one was, how long ago was this? Probably I know where to look for it. So how long was this ago? 21. So 5 years ago. So if I look 5 years ago back, you can already see that I have improved upon the design idea. And yeah, I'm very happy with the new design, definitely. And what I can do a lot more with it, especially with the clothing. It looks so much more alive. I kept the original feeling of it, I kept the original feeling for it, but I made it more easier to create, I also made it like 13 MB, so minibytes, megabytes? No, ME, microbytes. ME is right, microbytes, right? So it's very small compared to, you know, the big giant things that like way too much space. So I went a lot more space efficient. I created a far more better design, which I can use for the vision of like I can zoom it in, zoom it out, and it still looks nice because of the ratio. And yeah, I'm very happy with I am very happy with the new design on the iPods. And well, you know, drawing expressions is always important anyway. So, anything else I need to double check? If I look at this, is there any issue still? Yes, there is. It's in the eye and it is in here. Why is this an issue? Because I have a feeling that this bit right here needs to be a little bit more higher and more jagged. And why is that? It's because of the amount of space that is on the iPod. Normally, what this is, by the way, is actually an improvised version of what you normally supposed to be doing. So I'm going to be saving this. So I'm going to be saving it as that, save it as that, and save it as the graph file. Can I also do that? Probably right. There you go. I'm going to be saving it again here because I need to do some business here that I want to show. I cannot have that thing here. So normally, right? Normally, when you have hairstyles, you always have like, you know, just a casual light stroke, and that's it. So normally you have like this. You just have this as hair effect. So you have this, and then you have it on the all around, you know, all around the hairstyle. So you begin here, and then you go like that, and then you expand it like that. So it's like this. With then, of course, bits that are in shade, you remove it like that, and that is then actually it. You know, there is nothing it doesn't work well. It doesn't work well with how I want to do things, because if I look at this, for instance, and I want this to be there, you know, I can technically move it downwards a bit, but there is an issue here with that. Especially with how I designed the hair part, because I designed the hair rough sketch. And if I look this up, alright, and I look it up quite like anime hair, just casual ass fucking hair. Just give me the casual hair images, man. Don't let me just, for fuck's sake. It doesn't do the thing that I'm looking for. Alright, Bing it is, because Google is being an ass. I swear. Let's just go here and then just look at it, because that's the main issue here, that I need to look at things. Man, sometimes it is quite annoying to look at things quite properly. Show more, please, because I cannot see. Wow. It has been bloated, by the way. This entire place has been bloated like hell. So, I don't think I can find it properly. Where do I look at it? Where do I look for this at all? Most likely, not everywhere. Like, yes, this was 5 days ago. I'm like, no, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a very easy way of doing things. Like, when I'm looking at things, I want to look at things that I need to be looking at, and that is not here. Which is quite annoying, but I think I found what I'm looking for. So let me just grab this one so I can show you what I mean here with this stupid ass thing. So there it is. So as you can see, it has like this little highlight parts on top of it, and well, you know, mimicking that, like, you know, you can mimic it like that as well, but mimicking it, Jesus, is for me a little bit difficult, you know. I'm trying to do it my own way of doing it, my own style, because here you can also see that it has like that effect, that highlight effect in there. So if I now, you know, if I want to look at this, I could technically say like, alright, I want to technically also add then stuff in here as well. So technically I need to also add stuff in here. But the problem with that is, if I want to do that, you know, if I want to add in stuff like here, here's one, and here's one, and here's one, and then of course, you know, I add in the darker color as well. Shalababing, shalalabung, shalalabing, and shalalabung, and shalalabing, shalalabung. The problem with that part is, if I want to do it like that, it doesn't look nice. It looks very odd. Which is a problem when you try to do that. So I was like, alright, I'll keep it just up. So the upper parts actually have it, but the bottom parts don't have it. Because, well, you know, it doesn't look nice. It doesn't feel nice. It feels awkward. So here you go, and then I add like that. Ba-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da. And now I have the thing that I want. So yeah, I hope you all have enjoyed for today. Honestly, it has been a little bit of a, you know, more of a layback stream, mainly because, well, you know, these things don't take that long. Mainly because I already have the concept there, so I only have to, you know, switch expressions and that's it. But of course, you know, I added some little bit of experimentation in it as well, like, you know, with the eyes and all that stuff, to get a more better version of it. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed for now, and thanks all for watching, and I will see you next time. Until then, I want to wish you all a lovely day. Oh, yeah, god damn it. Yeah, there you go. I want to wish you all a lovely day. So yeah, and tomorrow. Let's see, I did do an expression today, and tomorrow I can do actually some Japanese lessons, most likely, and then after that I can then do another expression, because I do want to add one more expression in here, just in case, and then see if I can get the eyes again in the same way of how I did it today, so that, you know, practice, and continuing doing that. It makes things way easier than it's supposed to be. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching, and bye!